Good morning and welcome to the Night Vision Winter Sports Wrap-Up Special. I'm Jax Caddell.
And I'm Addie Wells. Today we're taking a look back at an action-packed winter season for Wartburg Athletics.
From the big wins on the basketball court to dominant performances on the wrestling mat, our Knights delivered another memorable season.
Let's jump into the stories and celebrate the standout moments from Wartburg's winter sports season. The Wartburg women's basketball team had another strong season, led by the leadership of a talented fifth-year class. My co-anchor Jax Caddell took a closer look at another impressive year on the court.
The Wartburg College women's basketball team had another great season, going undefeated in conference play and winning the American Rivers Conference title and tournament. The team also headed off to the NCAA playoffs, where they made it to the second round. One of the biggest keys to this team's success in the past 5 years has been the fifth-year students that have led this team to victory. Head coach Bob Ansari advocated how their leadership has evolved through the years.
They've been leading for a long time, several years now, and my hope is that, and I'm sure it will, their impact will be on this next group that continues to move our program forward.
One of these fifth years was Sarah Faber, who broke the Wartburg career record for steals this season and won American Rivers Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Her determination to the game has allowed the Knights to feel confident in their battles on the court.
I don't know if there's a player that's more competitive than Sarah. She'll do anything it takes to win, and we relied on her to do a lot for us, and it seemed like when we needed a big play, she was making a big play.
The fifth years of the 24-25 team have become a staple in the history of women's basketball. With having statistical records in 12 Wartburg career categories, the fifth years have raised the expectations of the basketball program to new levels, and the effect they had on the Wartburg campus community will last a lifetime.
They've impacted me, they've impacted their teammates, they've impacted the community, and I expect that they're going to be really, really good here down the road.
Make sure you head back to Wartburg Athletics to see when the Knights will be back on the court in fall of 2025. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Jax Caddell.
A big thank you to my co-anchor Jax Caddell for the excellent coverage.
The Wartburg men's basketball team gave fans plenty to cheer about this winter. Gavin Lund takes us through the highlights of the Knights season.
With the help of fifth-year senior and starting point guard Richie Rosenblum, the Wartburg Knights men's basketball team made massive strides this season, ranking as the second most improved team in all of Division III men's basketball. The Knights won 13 more games than the previous season, finishing 16-11 overall and 8-8 in conference play. Rosenblum had this to say about what led to such a big turnaround this season.
From a player standpoint, Austin Bieneman was just such a great addition because he was with us 2 years ago, and then we didn't have him last year. So getting him back this season was huge. He's just an unbelievable athlete, plays so hard. Can do everything on the floor, such a great teammate. So he was such a critical addition to help us make that turn.
The combination of key players returning for the Knights and a new coaching staff allowed for a massive turnaround this season and led them back to the conference tournament this year. The Knights look forward to returning to Levick Arena in 2025. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Gavin Lund.
Thanks to Gavin Lund for the great coverage.
The esports team has had success in the past as a new program, and this season was no exception, especially with the launch of another new esports game this past season. The Wartburg College esports team made history, launching their very first Mario Kart team in winter 2025. Expectations were kept low with it being their first season. Coach Fisher measured success on one thing, and that was how they improved during the season. After a tough loss in their opening match, the Knights regrouped, and from that point, they didn't look back. As the weeks went on, the team got better and better, and by season's end, Wartburg had claimed a spot in the Mario Kart playoffs. In true Knight fashion, they dominated with a 2-0 win over John Brown University. From a new beginning to a title-winning debut, the Knights didn't just start their first Mario Kart season, they defined it. Thanks to Simon Larsen for the great coverage of this story.
The Wartburg dance team continues to shine, earning top honors at both state and conference champion competitions. Logan Augustine has more on their standout season.
The Wartburg dance team had lots of success at the Iowa State Dance Team Championship, where they placed third in both hip hop and pom and received a Division I rating in jazz for the 7th straight year. Similarly, in the ARC tournament, the Knights finished 4th overall and 2nd in hip hop, which is the highest finish in school history.
As an alumni of the team, we have, again, with that increase in our difficulty, we have also upped just the performance realm of our routines and that engagement with our crowd. So I think at football games, it's become a lot more, there's been a lot more feedback from our crowds in the last couple of recent years, and at basketball games, same thing at state and the conference competitions. I feel like we have a lot more feedback, and so it's been overall really positive.
Wartburg had 4 women receive all-conference honors. Lexi Erickson was named first-team all-conference. Both Reagan Brooks and Megan Schopp were selected second-team all-conference, and Isabel Lowy was named honorable mention all-conference. With lots of decorated returning members, the dance team will be looking for that continued growth next season. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Logan Augustine.
Thank you, Logan, for the excellent coverage.
The Wartburg cheer team wrapped up a busy season with strong showing at the conference tournament. The Wartburg College cheer team showed strong support for several Wartburg sports teams throughout their regular seasons. It capped off their own year by competing in the American Rivers Conference competitive cheer tournament. The Knights earned second place in the 2.5-minute routine category, along with second and fourth place finishes in the 5-person group stunt category. Maya Cable was named first-team all-conference, while Alicia Mutazingwa received honorable mention all-conference honors. Head coach Tara Winter expressed pride in the team's performance and is excited about their potential heading into next season. As they look ahead, the Knights aim to continue building momentum and return even stronger next year.
Wartburg men's and women's track and field teams enter the 2024-25 season aiming high. Night Vision sports reporter Eli Slaymaker shares how both teams pushed hard and made their mark in the American Rivers Conference.
The Wartburg College men's track and field team finished the 24-25 season strong, winning the American Rivers Conference indoor meet. Up from placing second last season with leadership from senior Jensen Clapp, the men's team was able to get back to the top of the podium. Here's what Clapp had to say about the team's mindset going into the indoor season.
That's kind of what you sign up for coming to Wartburg. You're expected to win. That's the expectation. Yeah, that's our goal. That's our mindset, and that's what we train for every day. So.
The Wartburg women's track and field team was also looking to get back on top of the conference, and that is exactly what they did. The Knights had several key athletes return, along with younger runners stepping up to make a difference. Sophomore Sophia Stolley was one of those younger runners. Stolley is part of the 4x4 team that finished second at conference, and she had this to say about how her coaches and teammates helped her improve her mindset this season.
I'd say track is definitely one of those environments where positivity is needed. We're all doing the same workouts, we're all enduring the same pain, so I feel like that really gives us a tight-knit crew. And as for the coaches, I feel like the coaches are always supporting us, and they always have higher expectations for us too, especially being from Wartburg. So pushing us out of our limits, even though I know us track, not to say hate on track people, but we do complain a decent amount. So, but just pushing each other to get out of our comfort zones as the coaches want us to.
The men's and women's teams were both able to get back on top of the podium this season. Congrats on a great season. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Eli Slaymaker.
Thanks to Eli Slaymaker for his coverage and insight into their journey. Coming after the break, the Wartburg women's tennis team made a big stride this season. We'll take a closer look at their journey next on the Night Vision Winter Sports Wrap-Up.
If you're into sports media, Wartburg College invites you to be part of its new sports media concentration. Students prepare for work in sports-related fields from athletic reporting to sports information, broadcasting, video production, and more. Students have real-world experience with journalism and communication faculty and staff, learning valuable skills employers are looking for. Wartburg students work for organizations like the NFL, NASCAR, Major League Baseball, and ESPN.
The Wartburg women's tennis team finished one of the most successful seasons in program history with an 18-10 overall record, tying the school record for most wins. The Knights went 5-3 in conference play and advanced to the American Rivers Conference Tournament semifinals before falling to rival Luther College. Freshman Brooke Bloom led the team in singles with 18 wins and ended the season strong with 4 consecutive doubles victories. Senior Natalie Kaiser capped off her career with a team-high 21 doubles wins, providing steady leadership throughout the season. Keep an eye out for the women's tennis team in the future as they prepare to rise even higher than this past season.
The Wartburg men's tennis team built on their success this season, turning the hard work into a strong run in the American Rivers Conference tournament. It was a competitive 2025 season for the Wartburg men's tennis team, finishing 16-16 overall with a 5-3 mark in the American Rivers Conference play. The Knights clinched a spot in the ARC tournament, but came up short in the opening round, falling 4-2 against Nebraska Wesleyan. Individually, Murch led the team with 17 singles victories, and while Salem paced the squad with 16 doubles wins, tying for 7th all-time in program history. Wartburg senior Jeff Miller earned the ARC Honorable Mentions honors, his first postseason recognition. Night Vision sports reporter Landon Jepson sat down with first-year Landon Murch to reflect on his breakout season and the team's postseason push.
Thank you, Jax. I'm here with first-year Landon Murch of the Wartburg men's tennis team. Landon, thank you for joining us. And how are you doing today, man?
I'm all right, man. Thanks for having me. Just finished the first half of class, so just coasting through the rest of the day, waiting to get back in there.
Amen. Best part of May term.
Yeah.
So, first question for you, coming into first year at Wartburg College, it's kind of going into your high school times, really kind of trying to find your craft here at Wartburg College, your mindset, your play style. How did you really change throughout the year?
I think at the beginning of the year, I was swinging out a little too much. I liked hitting balls to the fence, I guess. It's just trying to hit the ball as hard as possible, try and just hit winner after winner. Didn't really work out at the beginning too much, though. I got a couple good wins, especially at ITAs. I beat Gustavus guy, which is really big for me. I'm undefeated against Gustavus, and they're kind of a powerhouse. But yeah, I think beginning of the season, especially, I was just trying to hit winners after winners. Wasn't trying to really develop the point and win the proper way. But yeah, Gus's towards the end of the year, middle of the year, worked with me, just working on getting height over the net and continuing to keep the points in development until I actually feel like I can hit a winner.
Yeah, reflecting on your season, that mindset that you really changed, leading the team in singles with an overall record of 17-11, your conference record being 5-2, really reflecting on the end of the season. What really was your mentality going into that end of the year?
I think conference play was a big difference than just the regular match play. Match play was a little more loose. I didn't really think there was anything to lose in that. Like conference, it's a team aspect. I didn't really want to let the team down by losing a match or clincher for the meet. So I think just being able to play under the pressure that I was able to was really important for me, and just being able to support my team in any way I possibly can.
Coach Gus has brought in a pretty fantastic first-year class for you guys this year. You, Robert, Milan, as well as a couple others. You guys leading the way. You played with Robert a couple times this year, but that first-year leadership, what did you guys really come together to finish the season in a high manner?
I don't really think we were expecting have 3 people on varsity that were freshmen. I know Keegan Weber is also a freshman too. He's not just on varsity. He's also a really big supporter for us too. We all hang out as freshmen. We all do certain things together. It's just a big bond that we have. So I think coming in, just being able to have 3 guys that we're so close with on varsity really helps with the team building and just trusting one another to get the job done when it really matters.
Indoor season and outdoor season really differ sometimes, but you going into next year, a lot of you guys will be second and third years, a lot of mentorship in that second and third year class. It will most likely be in the junior, senior portal now as well. What are you guys going into next year with the mentality and focus that, you had a tough loss against Nebraska Wesleyan in the tournament this year, but going into next year, what are you guys feeling out?
I think next year, our main goal is just to win, honestly. I mean, we can say our record's important and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it comes down to the conference tournament. We want to get farther than what we did this year in the conference tournament. We had a hard loss to Wesleyan, 3-4, but it is what it is, honestly. It's just a growing experience for us first year. So I think next year is going into that. We'll be able to bring the freshman class, the upcoming class, and just tell them, hey, this means something to us. We'll be able to get the job done and, go from there.
Well, thank you, Landon, for joining us, and thank you for this interview. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Landon Jepson.
The Wartburg baseball team had an exciting and successful season, but beyond the wins, some moments stood out. Zach Hiney shares one of the most touching stories from this year.
The Wartburg baseball team entered the 2025 season with high hopes under second-year head coach Casey Klunder. Each of the team's 22 seniors have their own unique story, but none may be more inspirational than that of senior shortstop/pitcher Will Armstrong. The Wartburg baseball team took on the 2025 season with 22 fourth and fifth year seniors, each with their own unique story. But for senior shortstop/pitcher Will Armstrong, it almost didn't happen. Armstrong's life changed in December of 2023 when his girlfriend woke up to him struggling to breathe and called 911.
Police officers and emergency responders were there within 2 minutes, which is crazy. So I was taken to Waverly Health Center, and then to Waterloo. They determined that I had a cardiac arrest.
He spent the next 3 days in a coma and had surgery a week after the incident to put a device in his heart that would jumpstart it should a similar situation happen again. From there, Armstrong's attention turned to baseball and his upcoming senior season. After spending January and February warming up his arm, he was cleared to pitch and appeared in the season opener.
And then somehow, after working back, I was able to throw in the first game of our season last year, which was, never thought I was going to be able to do that. And all our fans and parents were really cool and gave me a standing ovation that game, which was a moment I'll definitely never forget.
Armstrong would go on to pitch the rest of the 2024 season and would also return to the shortstop position later in the season. He continued to play the field and pitch during the 2025 season, which was the second under head coach Casey Klunder, who spoke about Armstrong's resolve and resilience.
You know, probably the thing that I will remember most about Will is his response to adversity. It doesn't seem like Will has a bad day very often. Obviously going through what he went through last winter and coming back stronger than ever, both in the batter's box, in the field, and on the mound. It was just a testament to his character, his work ethic.
With a pair of losses in the 2025 American Rivers Conference Tournament, the Wartburg baseball team's season and Armstrong's career ended. While winning on the field was the ultimate goal, Armstrong will always remember the relationships with his teammates off of it.
Yeah, I think for me, with having the cardiac arrest, it really is put into perspective like what baseball means to me. Obviously, it's a competition. You come here every day wanting to get better, and every game you're playing to win, but also it's about the relationships you've created.
The Knights ended the 2025 season with a record of 21-20 overall and 12-12 in the American Rivers Conference. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Zach Hiney.
Every story matters. Thanks to Zach and Will for sharing a special moment from another strong Knights season.
The Wartburg College women's bowling team made major strides this season, climbing the conference standings and earning national recognition along the way. The Knights showed exponential growth throughout the year, improving from a 4th place finish at their first conference event to a 2nd place finish at the Mid-Iowa Bowling Conference Championships. Wartburg also placed 3rd in the overall conference standings, a big jump from their 7th place finish just a season ago. Junior Lauren Funk and senior Beth Joel and Mackenzie Schaffenwell were key contributors to the team's progress. Head coach Alexis Rung said them stepping up and being their 3 leaders on the team made a big difference, and made the other ladies buy in a little bit more. To cap off the season, the Knights finished 4th in their first ever appearance at the Collegiate Club National Championships. Funk also made history becoming Wartburg's bowling first All-American. Congrats to the Wartburg women's bowling team on a historic season.
The Wartburg College men's bowling team had a breakthrough season in 2024-25, reaching new heights and setting program records along the way. The Wartburg College men's bowling team had a season full of first-time accomplishments. The Knights claimed their first tournament win in program history at the Big Ole Open thanks to a clutch double from 5th-year bowler Jace Caddell. Senior Simon Larsen was also named the individual tournament champion, proving to be a valuable asset for the team as a skilled two-handed lefty. Head coach Alexis Runk said Larsen and Caddell both really helped elevate the team to the next level this year. The program firsts kept rolling in as the men secured their first back-to-back tournament wins and won their first Mid-Iowa Bowling Conference Championship title in program history. Adding to his list of honors, Jace Caddell was named Mid-Iowa Bowling Conference Player of the Year for the 2nd straight season. The Knights capped off their historic season with their first ever appearance at the Collegiate Club Team National Championships. Congrats to Wartburg men's bowling on a record-breaking season.
After being predicted to finish 6th in the American Rivers Conference preseason poll, the softball team has surprised everyone this season. Caleb Kammerer has more on the story.
The Wartburg Knights softball team cruised to a 25-17 season and an 11-5 record in the American Rivers Conference, which included a share of the conference title. While they were unable to win the conference tournament, the Knights were able to secure an at-large NCAA tournament bid on the backs of a small but mighty senior class.
The Knights had a small class of graduating seniors, with catcher Riley Feely, left fielder Sidney Fellows, and pitchers Hannah Llewellyn and Avery Mull. These players were influential in the team's success, each in their own aspect. Leading the defense was Feely, who finished 4th in the nation in runners caught stealing.
Our defense is critical for us, and they've been extremely solid all year. it's great to have our defense have our backs. And as a pitcher, as a catcher, yeah, we might not be strikeout pitchers, but we're producing a lot of weak outs for our defense. So as long as they're solid, we should be good the rest of the year.
On the flip side, Fellows has led the team in a multitude of offensive categories this season, including batting average, home runs, RBIs, and walks. Despite the strong individual season, Fellows credits the team for the positions that they put themselves in each and every game this season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like me leading the team in like offensive categories matters a lot to me. I think like it's just like getting on base for me means that gives other players opportunities to move runners and score runners. So, and that ultimately helps us score more runs in the end.
Finally, Llewellyn and Mull have been stellar and have kept the team in games this season. Llewellyn has set career highs in innings, strikeouts, and complete games. But in the end, she views how everything comes together as the strength of this team.
I think that's the beauty of it. Like, softball is a game of failure, and you're not going to have all three things at the same time. Some days pitching is off, and that's where offense and defense has to back us up. And I think that's one thing that we're really good at noticing, and picking each other up is like something we talk about over and over and over again. So if we're not having a great day offensively, like, we know that our defense is going to be there that day, our pitching is going to be there that day.
The Knights fell in the regional round of the NCAA tournament, but they still racked in the awards as Hannah Llewellyn and Sydney Fellows received all region nods. Senior leadership reigned supreme for softball. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Caleb Kammerer.
Thank you, Caleb. A big shout out to the seniors for their leadership and impact, and congratulations to Hannah Llewellyn on earning ARC MVP. Coming up after the break, we head to the fairway as we take a look at Wartburg women's golf team. Stay with us.
Discover more possibilities at Wartburg College. Carve your own path through rich, hands-on experiences. Our engaged faculty know you by name and go the extra mile. Choose an area of study that prepares you for what's next. Experience more at Wartburg College.
Discover more possibilities at Wartburg College. Carve your own path through rich, hands-on experiences. Our engaged faculty know you by name and go the extra mile. Choose an area of study that prepares you for what's next. Experience more at Wartburg College.
The women's golf team made great progress this season, led by strong seniors and standout freshmen. Reagan Brooks shares the story.
Wartburg women's golf finished 5th at the American Rivers Conference Championships, while freshman Brenna Bodensteiner and senior Drusilla Kramer received all conference honors. Bodensteiner placed 14th overall in 3 rounds with a score of 248.
I was really excited going into the tournament and very nervous because I wanted to perform well. And honestly, I performed well for, if you were looking back at the beginning of the season, I would have been very proud of my finish. But like compared to the rest of the season, it wasn't my greatest tournament.
Bodensteiner is excited to see what the team can accomplish next fall.
We're bringing in some really good recruits and we have some really good returners. And I think just like having that support system will also bring me closer to my goals, which is just improving my mindset and my ability to have confidence in myself, because I feel like once you have confidence, that brings you one step above the rest of the competition.
As the Knights prepare for the upcoming season, you can learn more about Wartburg women's golf by visiting go-knights.net. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Reagan Brooks.
With leadership from veterans and energy from newcomers, Wartburg women's golf has a bright future. Thanks to Reagan Brooks for sharing their season.
It was a season of growth and grit for Wartburg men's golf. Here's a look at how it all came together this spring. The 2025 Wartburg men's golf season came to a close with a 6th place finish at the American Rivers Conference Tournament in West Des Moines, Iowa. The Knights shot a combined 953, tying Buena Vista for 6th overall. Wartburg had 5 golfers placed in the top 50, including Tucker Kenny, Duke Taylor, Jack Larsen, Nick Lechtenberg, and Josh Nichols. Nichols led the way with a 9th place finish, carding a 230 over 3 rounds and earning all conference honors for his performance. Night Vision Sports reporter Landon Jepson caught up with Nichols to reflect on the Knights season and his standout tournament showing.
Thank you, Jax. I'm here with 5th-year member of the Wartburg men's golf team, Josh Nichols. Josh, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. So starting off the year, kind of reflecting over your 5 years, it's been individual tournaments awards for you. It's been all conference honors that you won this year with your 9th place finish in the American Rivers Conference Tournament. Physically and mentally, just going through your 5 years, how has the golf team been for you?
It's been good. I think physically, I came in pretty small as a freshman, so just kind of growing physically throughout 5 years, getting stronger, getting bigger, that helped a lot with the physical side of the game. I think maturing a lot over 5 years too. I mean, I came in still as a kid, and leaving as at 23, I think I've grown up a lot, and that helped the mental side of things too, and just learning how to get around a golf course better when conditions are bad or things aren't going your way, and just finding a way to put a good score in.
Yeah, when you look at your 5 years of golf, you're also a 4-year men's basketball manager on the team as well. You know, you've covered almost all sports sides of campus. So kind of reflecting over your 5 years just like you did, you know, your 4 years as a basketball manager, how did you balance the act of both being a student manager as well as a student athlete here on campus?
It worked well because basketball just mainly being in the winter and then golf in the fall and spring, I was able to really balance that and not have too much crossover. Sometimes like our off-season lifting times would conflict, but overall it was pretty easy to do and really good support system. I mean, the athletic department here, they're all supportive of each other and make it really easy for kids to be involved in multiple things, and both were great experiences, so I was really happy I got to do both here.
Yeah, looking at your American Rivers Conference tournament this year, an amazing finish for you, placing 9th in the top 10, earning all conference honors for you this year was absolutely amazing. Kind of looking and reflecting on you, you know, you had your 54-day hole average being a 230, which is your career best over your here at Wartburg. You know, looking at your day, you know, your first day was one of your best days on the course. You know, reflecting as you went into the final day, what were your thoughts going into the entire tournament with your teammates?
Yeah, the first day was really good. Knew it was a good chance it was going to be the last tournament of their career, so I wanted to play well. First day played really well, made some putts. Second day was really windy. Thought I did a good job grinding in the wind and just trying to battle and get a good score in there, and I was happy with that. Looking back on it, really happy with the finish. First couple days after, it was a little frustrated, you know, being solo second after the second round and having a chance to contend for the tournament, and then just not having my best day out there the last day. But overall, I mean, it's a really challenging course. It was windy, and really happy with the finish overall, and you know, to get all conference, and the American Rivers was a really good conference this year, so that was pretty special and a good way to wrap things up.
Yeah, looking at your athletic profile on GoKnights.net, you know, it's almost every single statistic you can think of, but just the main two that I looked at, almost 100 rounds of golf, 94 and a half rounds for you, over 7,000 strokes over your five-year career here at Wartburg College. You know, a lot of those statistics go a long way into your career, even you playing in high school as well. So what do those statistics mean to you as you keep on rolling?
It's just been a lot of fun. I've had the opportunity to play in a lot of tournaments here. I think I missed one my 4th year. I got wrist surgery and I missed one. So I was really blessed to come into a program where I was able to play right away and get the opportunity to get experience right away, and that helped me in the later years. But yeah, it's kind of reflecting the last couple weeks and all the van rides, all the hotel stays, and just walks around the course. It's been a lot of fun, and it flew by.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Josh, for joining us, and thank you for joining us for this interview today. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Landon Jepson.
The women's wrestling team continued to build on a strong start. In just its second year, the program is proving that women's wrestling has a bright future at Wartburg. Christopher Guerrero has the story.
In the second year of its existence at Wartburg, the women's wrestling team made history by winning the inaugural American Rivers Conference Championship for the sport. On a team that was full of freshman and sophomore success, it was a junior that set the bar at its highest. Rewa Chababo transferred to Wartburg from the University of the Ozarks and made an impact on the team instantly. She said a major part of why she transferred to Wartburg was the culture around wrestling.
The biggest thing with me coming to Wartburg was within the culture behind wrestling, the support behind it. Everyone was bought in 100%. The American Rivers Conference was just like a cherry on top to that. It's nice to have a conference within a sport that's like still growing, and it was awesome for us to be able to win it as well.
On top of the ARC title, the team won the D3 National Invite. Chababo was the only wrestler to walk away with an individual title from both events, winning both 207-pound brackets. While there was plenty of success for the team, Chababo said they are even more fired up for next year. And with the NCAA officially sponsoring the sport beginning in the fall of 2025, women's wrestling is constantly on the up at Wartburg. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Christopher Guerrero.
Thanks, Christopher. Congrats to Rewa Chababo on winning the Division III National Invitational, and to the Knights for a great season.
Men's wrestling had a storied tradition of success, especially under the head coach Eric Keller, and this season was no exception. The Wartburg men's wrestling team put together an exciting and memorable season, and highlighted by individual national titles by Masoma and Dean and Mitchell Williamson, as well as a dominant team performance that earned the Knights the NCAA Division III National Championship. But the season wasn't without its challenges. The Knights lost a tough battle to rival Augsburg University 22-13 at the annual Battle of the Bergs, a defining moment that tested their determination. Wartburg bounced back with 2 solid dual victories and gained momentum going into their semifinals. Their late season surge paid off with the regional title and an outstanding national championship performance, reaffirming Wartburg's history of greatness and demonstrating once more how strong this team is when facing with struggle. Congratulations to the entire team for their determination and grit during an outstanding season, and look forward to seeing how the team performs in the fall of 2025.
The Wartburg Clay Target team moved up to a higher division after strong national runs. They didn't match their past success, but were ready for the tougher competition. At the Iowa 4-year college state tournament, Case Harmston stood out as a top performer by shooting a perfect 100 in skeet, securing the individual title and leading the Knights to another state championship. At the national level, the Knights finished 6th out of 31 teams. Junior Libby Faust placed 60th overall in women's individual clay targets, while Cody Sharp earned 55th place on the men's side, earning honorable mention All-American honors, the first in program history. Wishing the clay target team the best as they chase more national championships in their new division.
Earlier, we mentioned track and field, and their season isn't over yet. Landon Jepson brings out the latest as the team prepares to head into postseason competition.
Outdoor track season is heating up, and the men's team is proving why they're the team to beat. Ranked number 12th in the nation, the Knights just claimed their 13th American Rivers Conference title, and they're not slowing down anytime soon.
From distance to throws, the Knights put together a complete team performance in Indianola, scoring over 230 points and dominating the competition. For steeplechase runners like junior Lance Saboski, the value of the sport runs much deeper than medals and podium finishes.
Or not like a win is like categorized, or if we feel like success is achieved. It's more about that feeling that you get when you wake up every day and that you genuinely enjoy what you're doing and who you're doing it with.
That mentality has helped the Knights stay grounded and focused all year long. In the field events, junior Trent Polly is pushing for a national spot in the javelin throw and welcomes the challenges ahead.
To know that I'm going to be an underdog, I like that feeling. It brings more energy, and I like the stress because pressure makes diamonds.
While the men celebrated another American Rivers Conference championship run, the Wartburg women's track and field team made their own headlines, bringing home gold on one of the sport's biggest stages.
History was made at the 2025 Drake Relays as the Wartburg women's track and field team returned to glory. With a win in the Iowa Distance Medley Relay ending a 3-year drought, this sent a clear message to all competitors and teams. Wartburg is back on top.
The relay squad of Nadia Bowden, Natalie Bork, Haley Meyer, and Ellie Meyer stormed to a time of 11 minutes and 58.44 seconds, beating many top-tier college distance programs in Iowa. For freshman Nadia Bowden, the key was simple: trust the team.
Well, I knew we had the parts of the team to pull off the win, and that I just had to set my teammates up in the best possible position. I knew whether I handed off in second or first or whatever, that I trust my teammates, and I knew that the girls would get us the win.
The distance medley relay victory marked Wartburg's 6th all-time Drake Relays title and their first Iowa distance medley relay crown since 2022. Senior anchor Ellie Meyer credits preparation and mentality for the team's postseason success.
Training, obviously we like to taper off towards the end of the season, so a little bit less mileage, but mostly training is pretty similar, just a lot of mindset changes and for conference it's a lot of more placement, just making sure that we're going for the most points possible, and then nationals it's obviously trying to get the highest spot in All-American.
With conference trophies and relay gold secured, the Knights are now focusing on finish what they started.
The Knights now set their focus to the NCAA Final Qualifier on May 14th and 15th in Rock Island, Illinois, just ahead of the NCAA Championships in Geneva, Ohio. For more information about the Division III Track Championships, visit GoKnights.net or the Division III official website. Reporting for Night Vision Sports, I'm Landon Jepson.
Thanks, Landon, for the excellent coverage of our track and field athletes. Wishing the team the best of luck at Nationals. That concludes our Night Vision Winter Sports Wrap-Up Special. I'm Jax Caddell.
And I'm Addie Wells. Thanks for joining us as we celebrated an unforgettable season for Wartburg Athletics.
We can't wait to see what comes in next season and what it has in store. Until then, thanks for watching, and until next time, go Knights!